Hello, Landria Onkka here, and welcome back to the Success Series. I want to talk today about your focus. We're going to really relate this to quantum physics, science. You know, I love science. But even science is not really understandable because it seems to be something out there that we can't see or really wrap our head around. But I'm going to use quantum physics as an example in a very practical way. We spend most of our day concerned about what's going on out there. We look at the news, or who's saying what, or who's doing what, or who is going to influence my world, and we really detach ourselves from our own decision making. And that very focus is actually creating our reality. It truly is, and that is just quantum physics. It's entanglement. And you say, well, how's that creating my reality? Well, if you have 1 million people and they're all focused on one negative newscast, they're entangled with it. So think about this. That focus is actually exacerbating the issue, giving it even more attention, and creating a completely different reality, because now we're entrenched in that either argument or situation or whatever it is. And so all of these people are starting to think a certain way, feel a certain way. So now you have 1 million people concerned about this, and then that spreads. That makes sense, right? Instead of saying, okay, we're entangled and a wave turned into a particle, but that's what's happening. It becomes real, it becomes tangible. Now, no matter what is happening out there, I want you to understand that your focus creates entanglement. In other words, if I watch a scary movie, even if I know it isn't real, I may go to bed at night and keep the lights on. It works that way, right? What we expose ourselves to absolutely influences us. Now all of a sudden I'm entangled in that. My thoughts are around that, my feelings, and of course my focus. When you are concerned about your future, your business, your career, making money, however, whatever's going on in your life, whatever you're focusing on right now is going to dictate what's happening from here on out, no matter what everybody else is doing. You don't have to be that 1 in a million that's focused on something negative and influenced by it, because even if you don't believe it, you're feeling it. You're leaving the lights on at night, right? You become entangled in that, and therefore it will have a negative influence on your life. What if you took this time period, instead of watching all the stuff going on out there, is having that focus and becoming entangled in something that is productive and positive in your life. And now you may be feeling the stuff that's going on out there, maybe some fear or whatever, confusion or concerns about the future and all this other woo-ha that's going on. But what if you took your focus and said, despite that, I'm going to use this time to create a different reality for myself, because instead of, going to bed frightened and turning the lights on, I'm going to go to bed saying, okay, so what's the next thing I must do tomorrow to get that business up and running, or to create that extra income, or create something, that new song or that book or whatever it is. And so all of a sudden now you are focused, entangled with something very positive, that even though you know what's going on out there, shifts your reality. You feel differently, and you're excited, and all of a sudden you see your future differently because you're taking control of it, because you're taking action to do things that are positive and productive for you. And productivity for me is a saving grace. If I ever feel like things aren't going the way I would prefer them to, I ask myself, what's the solution here? What action can I take that's going to get me closer to my goals, even if I don't know what that might be? I take some action to go toward it, and sure enough, the universe opens up and sends more and more opportunities and information for me to get there. It's part of the learning process. You're never going to hit it out of the ballpark the first time. It takes a while to practice to get to that point. So what are you focused on? Are you accelerating the negativity by focusing on it, quantum physics, becoming entangled and allowing it to affect your life? What a waste of time that is. Or are you going to be productive and say, what are my goals? How can I earn multiple income streams during this challenging time? Because the opportunities are amazing right now. How can I be a person who contributes toward this planet in a very positive way, instead of cowering in the corner and worried about myself and my future career? How about if I focused on creating that new career and creating that new job, or creating those new skills? This is an opportune time for you to do that. And so when you do that, you become the solution to a world that has a lot of problems right now. And you are not only solving problems for yourself, but you're an example to others of what can be done despite what's going on out there, because that's the shift that's going to happen when we make higher decisions and we start taking action to become just amazing people. And you can absolutely transform your life right now. It's all there for you. What are you holding back on? Is it time to move past any kind of fears that you might have or any limitations and start just moving past them? Open up the doorways for amazing things for yourself. And when we come out of this, and of course we will, you're going to say, wow, I did some really cool stuff and look at where I am now, instead of looking back and say, what a waste of time. I could have had that business, or I could have had that new career or those new skills. Thanks for listening. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.